What is up, Flutter devs? Today we're going to very quickly publish an update to the Flutter Processing package on pub.dev. Let's get into it. First, I'd like to begin with a recap of semantic versioning. If we look back at the project, I have the pub/spec file open. You'll notice that I'm currently at version 0.1.0. It's important that we follow certain rules as things change in the project and we publish those changes to pub.dev. Here I'm at a Dart dev web page. You'll notice up here in the path, tools, pub, versioning, semantic versioning. Over here is the link. Semantic versioning is the title right here. And if we scroll down a little ways, we'll find some useful information. Up to this point in this document, there are some discussions about why it's important to be forwards compatible, backwards compatible, or to make promises, to make it easy for people using your package to know whether or not your changes are compatible. Which brings us to this point here. To make this work, meaning to make promises about what is compatible or isn't compatible, we need to come up with that set of promises. Fortunately, other smart people have done the work of figuring all this out and named it semantic versioning. If you click that link, you will be taken to this document. I'm not going to take you through this now. In fact, I have yet to even read through it, and that's because the very next paragraph on this previous page tells us exactly what we need to do in this particular case. Let's read on. Well, this is the paragraph that I'm interested in right here, but I'll read the intermediate paragraph here. That describes the format of a version number and the exact API behavioral differences when you increment to a later version number. Pub requires versions to be formatted that way, meaning formatted like a semantic version. And to play well with the pub community, your package should follow the semantics it specifies. You should assume that the packages you depend on also follow it, and if you find out they don't, let their authors know. Okay, that's all the introductory stuff. Here's where we find out exactly how to deal with our particular situation. Although semantic versioning doesn't promise you compatibility between versions prior to 1.0, meaning currently, if we come back to the code, we are less than 1.0. Technically, according to the official semantics RFC or whatever that document was, anything that we do with a number this low is acceptable. We are making no promises officially, but here's what Dart has to say about that. The Dart community convention is to treat those versions semantically as well, meaning in the Dart community, we also treat versions before 1.0 as having semantics as well. The interpretation of each number is just shifted down one slot. Going from 0.1.2 to 0.2.0 indicates a breaking change. See, usually going from 1.0 to 2.0 is a breaking change, but this is saying when you're not even at version 1.0, just shift everything one digit to the left or to the right. 0.1.2 going to 0.2.0, that's a breaking change. Going from 0.1 to 0.2, that's a breaking change. Going from 0.1.3 or going to 0.1.3 from 0.1.2 indicates a new feature, and going from 0.1.2 plus 1, going to 0.1.2 plus 1 indicates a change that doesn't affect the public API. So perhaps a bug fix that doesn't involve any public API changes. But the reason I said all we need is this paragraph is because we are introducing new features. We haven't changed anything that was already there because there really wasn't anything there. We're just adding more to it. Therefore, in this example, they went from 0.1.2 to 0.1.3, which means what we want to do is go from 0.1.0 to 0.1.1. That's the next version of this package. It is also the case that every time the version changes, we should add an entry to the changelog. And I don't know what the standard format is of the change log. I've never looked that up, but I'm just going to leave this as kind of a one-line statement. Implemented all 2D primitive drawing, or 2D primitive shapes, I think is what it was. And we'll save that. I have updated the version in the pubspec file. I have added an entry to the change log. Okay, back here, I think, so we're done with package versioning. I showed you this document. I'm going to get rid of that because we're not going to read through it. Now let's go to publishing packages. So again, another Dart Dev website. Tools, pub, publishing your packages. We are told to start with a dry run. Now, I have already published the very first version of this package. So there's a little bit of setup here that you might need to do for your own packages that I've already done. But I believe everything should be set up now, so I should be able to just run a dry run. What this does is it goes through all of the steps involved with the publish process, but it doesn't actually publish your package. So you can kind of make sure it's going to work and then officially publish. So let's do a Dart pub publish dry run. Dart pub publish dry run. And that might need to be Flutter pub. Let's see. Oh, is that okay, I missed the double dashes on this flag. Package has 0 warnings, and it shows the tree structure of all the stuff in this project. So dry run, publishing, Flutter processing, that's the name of the package. Here's the new version to pubdev. And as far as I know, all these files are what they should be. That means the dry run, as far as we can tell, has been successful. There's nothing for us to worry about. When you publish, there's no undoing it. Any information that's in your package, it's out there forever. You'd have to go through a special process to try to request that it be taken down. And even then, I'm not sure there's any guarantee that it would be taken down. This is the very first thing in the guide is publishing is forever. So that's just something to keep in mind. Also, given that publishing is forever, please don't publish prototypes of stuff to pubdev. Pubdev is our shared community of tools to build apps. If you want to show off a project, that's what a GitHub repository is for. That's not what pubdev is for. Pubdev is for tools that you are sharing with the world that you can reasonably believe other people will use in their projects, and ideally, which you have some intention to maintain over time. With that said, let's run the same command, but no dry run. Do you want to publish version 0.1.1? By the way, there's that warning. Packages cannot be unpublished. So hopefully I haven't done anything terrible in here, and I will say yes. Successfully uploaded package. Now, I don't know what the propagation time is for an update, but notice that we have the previous version because I already loaded this page. Let's refresh and see what happens. Hey, it's already there. Version 0.1.1. We have successfully updated. If we go to changelog, there's the changelog right there. And in the README, if we come down to this long list of features, notice that under 2D primitives, we have X's on all of them. They're all done. We just need to do the other 150 APIs to say that we're finished. This is what it looks like to publish or upgrade a published package on pubdev. Just a few steps. You need your semantic versioning, you need your changelog, you need to do a dry run, then you publish, and once you publish, there's no taking it down. Anything that is not intended to be a public tool that everybody can see and mess with, either put it in a public repository to show off a prototype or put it in a private repository. Don't put it up on pubdev. And whatever you put up on pubdev, make sure that you don't have any private keys or anything in there either. Otherwise, the world has your keys. That is the published package In the next video, we will begin some other area of work that could be animation. It could be mouse interaction. It could be keyboard. I'll see what makes the most sense. I'll see what makes the most sense, but we will continue with yet the next version of this package in the next video, and I'll see you then.